We've been talking with Wanda, who says her autism diagnosis at the age of 46 changed her life. Joining us now is the Karmazin and Lillard Chair in Adult Autism and Associate Professor at Rutgers University, Dr. Vanessa Bal. Welcome to the show, Dr. Bal.
Hey, Dr. Bal, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Dr. Bal, let's dive right in. How common is it for people to find out that they are autistic or have autistic spectrum disorder later in life?
It's more common than it was 20 or 30 years ago, but we really don't have great statistics on how many adults are getting identified later in life. We have people who self-refer when their own child has been diagnosed, like Wanda. We have high-profile cases in the media, like Elon Musk, Hannah Gadsby, and that's, I think, triggering not only very public self-disclosures on their part, but other community members to disclose their diagnosis. So we're seeing a lot more coverage in the media and on social media. But I think, even though we don't have numbers, even if we did, I'd be really worried that that would be an underestimate because there's not enough providers out there that provide, autism diagnoses or have expertise in autism in adulthood. So I worry that there are probably people out there who are sitting on really long wait lists or who aren't even able to access that service.
Is autism on the rise, or is it just being more commonly diagnosed, and were we underdiagnosing in the past, which could explain why more adults are coming forward and getting the diagnosis later in life? What do you think?
I think now we have several decades of research where we just know a lot more about autism, especially in the first years of life, which helps us to diagnose earlier in childhood. It's also, helped us to get to know more about individuals who do not have obvious delays in developmental milestones. So they may have average or even superior IQs. They have good language skills. And 30 or more years ago, we weren't recognizing autism in kids with those kinds of strengths.
That brings up the question, Dr. Bal, what are some signs that you may be an undiagnosed autistic adult? What to look for?
Difficulty reading other people's nonverbal cues. So these are things like facial expressions, eye contact, even tone of voice. And if you have difficulty reading those in real time during an interaction, it can be really hard to navigate conversations and social situations and to respond appropriately. And I think a lot of autistic adults also talk about realizing in the moment, wow, this interaction doesn't seem to be going so well, but I don't know why, right? And really struggling to figure out, okay, what should I do to respond? Another really common thing is adults often talk about feeling different for much of their life and having a lot of difficulty making friends or keeping other kinds of relationships going.